Stars have only scored 5 goals in the 4 games they have played, so that means a new look for the Oilers. Head coach Todd McLellan changing up his lines. He has promoted Drake Caggiula to the top line, and of course that's in the hopes of getting Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl moving. The Oilers, they were a tired-looking crew today, coming off a physically and mentally challenging game. A game in which they were down, but definitely showed they weren't out, mounting a huge comeback to take the series lead in a pivotal Game 5. Well, it was an ugly start for the Edmonton Oilers yesterday. They allowed the game-winning goal just 15 seconds into the game. Now, of course, things got worse in the second period. That's when Leon Draisaitl was ejected from the game for spearing. And then, of course, things ended ugly with a 7-0 loss to the Sharks. And, of course, the one constant all series for the Oilers has been the players' parade to the penalty box. Well, we are here at the Executive Flight Center. The players coming and going. As you mentioned, they get set to head to San Jose for a very pivotal Game 6. Now, the players, some of them that did come by, a little tired, but definitely happy after that 4-3 overtime victory yesterday. One of those players, of course, Leon Draisaitl. It's been a very tough playoff series so far for him. Before the changes to the lineup yesterday, he only had 1 shot on net in 4 games. That's not good enough for a player who was in the top 10 of the NHL scoring race. So, of course, for him yesterday, 2 assists, 2 fantastic assists, I should add, including the game winner in overtime. And for Leon Draisaitl, he was quite excited to be able to get his game back.
We're actually feeling pretty good considering what happened to him last night. Not exactly doom and gloom for the players. Certainly the fans feel it, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. The Oilers, they were taking in practice time, as we mentioned, and they didn't look like they were feeling the effects of last night's OT stinker. No time for that, as the team now focuses on a best-of-3 series.
I liked our group this morning. Our group came in and they had an energy, and they were wide-eyed. I thought they'd be a little sleepy, a little bit down, but our group was good.
The Oilers hit the ice for practice, already putting Game 4 behind them. A win would have put them in great positioning, with a chance to close out the series tomorrow night. Instead, the series is tied at 2. The Oilers blowing a 2-0 series lead, but talking to the players, you wouldn't think that was the case.
We're in a pretty good spot. I mean, obviously we had 2-0, but I mean, 2-2 is a pretty good spot.
The message at Thursday's practice was about moving forward. Whatever the players thought of Game 4's collapse is out of sight, out of mind.
It's very easy to get frustrated, but I mean, you have to learn to just let that go and just focus on the next game. It's such a long series, and if you gotta bring all that frustration with you in the next game, you're not going to play on your best.
You always carry a little bit of disappointment with you, which is okay, but I think it's out of our system already. We had a good crisp practice this morning, and we're ready to go.
The Oilers have been here before. They lost Game 4 in their series with San Jose with that 7-0 blowout. They went on to win the series in 6. Friday night is a pivotal matchup, a chance to do the same to the Ducks that they did to the Sharks. So that means no more thinking of lost opportunities.
We can't change what's happened in the past. There's going to be numerous calls that we don't think go our way, and that Anaheim doesn't think goes their way. But you have to park it. You have to overcome that and start playing again.
And it'll be interesting to see if the home ice proves to be a disadvantage again. The Oilers won the first 2 games in Anaheim, Ducks taking 2 in Edmonton.
I don't know what it is. I mean, road warriors, I guess, this year. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I mean, we're going to need another one of those road games tomorrow night, and hopefully we can keep this a road team series.
CTV's NAHREMAN ISSA joins us live in studio now. And NAHREMAN, Cam Talbot's a huge reason the Oilers are where they are, but he pretty much stole one in Anaheim last night.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, they say defense wins championships, and right now, the Oilers are getting phenomenal performances by their keeper. Last night, Talbot was nothing short of spectacular, stopping puck after puck, giving his team a chance.
Here's Fowler with a shot, blocked in front. Raquel had a great chance, and the puck comes loose. 6 seconds to go. First, second, and third star, Cam Talbot.
I felt good off the start. I mean, I made some big saves early, kind of get you in the game, and I mean, we get a big goal early, which really helped too.
In a game where he was peppered with 40 shots, including 16 in the final frame, Cam Talbot made save after save, coming to the rescue of his club.
We were on our heels a little bit, too much in the third. You know, we didn't really have a pushback at all. Last night wasn't Wasn't the game we wanted to play, but you know, Talby was unbelievable for us.
No shortage of praise after last night's performance, but there's only so much they can rely on their goalie to keep them in games. Todd McLellan saying last night he saw some characteristics creep in from that 7-0 loss to San Jose.
You know, just the overall intensity has to go up. Battles for pucks, 10-foot races, 10-foot competitive situations. So the good news is we had a great goaltender performance. We were able to win the game. Now we've got some things to work on.
While the Oilers have the upper hand in the series, they know they can't lift their foot off the gas. A 2-0 series lead can disappear as quickly as it came, something Milan Lucic went through when he was with the Bruins, who blew a 3-0 series lead to Philadelphia in 2010.
For myself, it's easy to reinforce a lot of things being through an experience like that. So, like I said, you don't take any team for granted. You don't take any situation for granted.
Continuing to pile on the pressure is key to putting a stranglehold on their series.
The first little mission here down in Cali is accomplished, but I mean, like I said, it's just 2 games in a long series, so we got to stay humble and go home to Edmonton feeling good.
And it's over. The Ducks win. Ducks win.
We basically got a college degree in a month when it comes to playoffs.
It was a lesson in playoffs 101 for Todd McLellan and his players. A crash course on what it takes to win in the spring, the team giving itself a passing grade.
We told you that we would have taken the Ducks 7 in the second series. In September, I don't think anyone would have believed us for a second, and we managed to do that, and we can hold our heads high.
The Oilers stunned the hockey world, going from second last in the league to competing for a division title, finishing with 33 more points this year. But in the postseason, with so many young guns, questions swirled around their inexperience. 11 years out of the big dance, they answered with a 6-game series win over the Sharks and 1 win shy of the Western Conference Final.
It's disappointing right now, but we have a lot to look forward to, and coming into next season, we're gonna rely on this experience to kind of get us over some humps.
One player that stepped up his game was Leon Draisaitl. The Duck Hunter left his mark, scoring 13 of his 16 points in the series. That moved him one step closer to becoming a household name and cementing Edmonton's status around the league.
That we can win. We can play with any team, no matter who it is. It doesn't matter. We know in here that we can play with any team. We know that we can beat any team. And I think for us players and for the fans and for the league as well, I think that's the most important thing.
This loss will sting for a bit, but for the captain, he says the team will have to taste defeat before feasting on victory.
You look at any team that has won and been good for all these years. They start with a disappointment. There's a lot of positives we can take from this year. We won't have to answer that experience question anymore, which is nice.
Now, the Oilers flew back to Edmonton earlier this afternoon. They will address the media one last time tomorrow morning when they do the locker room cleanup.
And of course, now we look ahead to next season. Some players will not be back.
That's right. Seeing how this is a draft expansion year with the Las Vegas Golden Knights joining, certain players will be up for grabs. And the biggest name on the rumor mill is Jordan Eberle, who is the team's longest serving player. The club will also have to clear up some cap space, seeing how Draisaitl and McDavid, well, they will be receiving some massive contracts.